Welcome back to Exploring Whiskey. We are going to take another trip down the Nelson Brothers lineup with
One more finish.
Maple Cask finish.
So this is the Nelson Brothers Maple Cask finish. This was the very first special release for 2024 where they take their bourbon and they aged it in a barrel that used to have maple aging in it so they aged their whiskey in it for 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of maple in this guy. And pretty cool. Signed by one of the owners, one of the co-founders. So Charlie Nelson, I believe, is the signature there. So that's kind of cool.
He was there the day we were there.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, we picked this up at I think it comes out thick. Dear Lord. Picked this up at joined their club. So it's the Cooper Club that they have at Nelson Brothers. Joined that, and this last round they had this in the Calvados bottle, and grabbed each.
You get sweetness, but I don't get it's not an overbearing maple.
That's interesting.
There's a hint of sweetness, but
it's sweet, but it's not. Yeah,
you just get more grossly sweet by any means. Like you stick your nose in a glass of bourbon.
Little bit of a rye bourbon. Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
No.
Just a very solid bourbon note. But yeah, I just remember the palate. That is thick. And that's like thick with 2 C's, not a C and a K. That's thick and very sweet. There's a lot of maple syrup notes that come through on that palate.
I'm enjoying everything up until that really strong lingering aftertaste.
How strong that maple is?
Yes.
That almost too sweet, right? I mean, it's really close to that borderline of a whiskey that's just, it's a little too sweet.
This is one of those, like I said, with the honey finish, when we added the water, it kicked the proof up. It was more balanced. You still had the sweetness, because you got the little more kick.
Yep.
That helped.
Well, this one is only 105.8, so the proof came back down a couple points.
2%.
2 points, yeah. But I'm a big fan of the idea. It's only $125. That is, now you're seeing, now there's a value play here. Like, is this
maple syrup must be cheaper than honey?
I guess. Well, trees probably are a little easier to deal with than bees, I guess. Just a guess.
You don't have to worry about the frost.
No.
Taking out half your
hive, yeah. The nose is very different than the palate.
Yes.
Like, there's a sweetness, especially right at the top.
I don't mind the nose.
Right at the top, there's a nice sweetness, but it's not like grossly sweet, but it's just a good, solid rye-based bourbon.
But my mouth is like dry right now. Where the honey, it just kept watering.
It's trying to come out. Like the whiskey's trying to show up, but man, that maple is strong.
And I don't know, maybe if you went above 108 or 110, it may not.
I don't know. Like a little bit more proof would have added a little bit more bite, which I think would have been good. But then maybe the whiskey would have been too overpowering, and the maple notes wouldn't come through nicely. I don't know. I'm really interested to see what the water does, because I kind of feel like maybe it opens up a little bit more of the ethanol and gives you that balance that you're looking for.
Let's try it.
Before we get to water, we're in April, so we've now done this. I don't know how many years we've done this, but every year we get to April, we do a fundraiser for Make-A-Wish. The main reason we started the channel was a nod to my son's wish, which was to be a YouTube star. So he wanted to, that was what he wished. Never really got to happen, but I don't know, handful of years later after that, we started this up and been doing it ever since. Not that it's not a hard job to do when you're just kind of sitting there drinking whiskey, which you're probably going to do anyways. But the whole idea of getting online and doing all this is really all ties back to my son's wish. And Make-A-Wish, what they do for the kids that are going through just horrible times in their lives, of doctor's appointments and medicines that make them sick and all the things that go along with childhood diseases. Being able to get a wish granted. It could be as simple as a shopping spree or a trip to Disney. Disney is like the number one wish.
Yeah.
And Disney does an amazing job with those wishes. We went to California and we went to the YouTube studios and we got to meet Annoying Orange and the whole crew that does that YouTube channel. And that was one of my son's favorites while he was in the hospital. And it was just an awesome experience. And then they, just for fun, threw in Universal Studios in California, in Universal City, California. So did that one too, all the VIP passes and all that kind of stuff. It was awesome. He loved that whole experience. And so we try to do a fundraiser in April to raise some money for Make-A-Wish Middle Tennessee. Great charity, and they do amazing work with all these kids. And being able to figure out what their wish is, what would be a meaningful wish, is that's the part that's hard. Just a shopping. Some of them are easy. Some of them are really complicated to figure out what that kid really wants. So, amazing charity, and we love to support them.
We're matching, right?
Absolutely. Oh, I forgot. Yes. Anything up to $500 that you donate this month, up until the
April
National
30th.
Make-A-Wish Day, which is April 29th, we will we'll match those dollars and make sure. So every dollar you throw in there, it's two. So we appreciate any donation. Now some water.
With the water.
I don't know. This could be good. This could be bad. This could be. I'm not sure where we're going.
I get more
maple on the nose.
I get a lot of spice. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I just got, especially up at the top. It's just like pure maple syrup. A little bit more bite with that sweetness. Still sweet.
I'll take it with the water.
Still sweet. There's no question about that. Still very sweet.
Balance it out like it did the honey.
But there's a little bit more of bite from.
Like I'm not getting the maple
proof
now until now it's.
It finishes with that maple.
But like now it's like my mouth is watering and I'm getting it in the front.
That's all he wants. He wants his mouth to water, people.
Well, we've had some ones that just dried up. Yeah, see, but I even go back. Like I'm not that I got a ton of maple to begin with on the nose before the water.
Yeah, the nose does not represent how sweet the palate is.
I mean, it's slightly sweeter, but I still get more spice and more ethanol.
I was wondering if the second sip, the ethanol would start to relax and not, and then the sweetness would kick back up. Nope. Still very good ethanol bite. A little bit of baking spice kicked up, so the rye of the bourbon kicked up just a little bit for a spice.
Water.
And the water did good things.
Yep.
Water did good things on this guy. Made it really nice. So that's 2 for 2 on that. So this one and the honey, both the water made it a little bit more balanced, a little bit more whiskey heavy.
You need it. With how sweet they are,
They're both very sweet.
Yeah.
Very, very sweet. Very, yeah.
I would drink them both again without the water.
Absolutely.
But if I had my choice,
a little drop of water. Is right.
I think it helps it.
Yeah.
Does a much better job of balancing it. It's quite the lineup.
Man, yeah. That's Nelson. What they're doing down there at Greenbrier Distillery is really solid. They've done a good job of expanding their line, opening up like different finishes. I don't know too many maple casks. I mean, I'm sure there's a handful. I'm
sure
trying to think like Good Times probably has it, and the one that does finishes and everything. Maybe Nulu. But it's not a common one.
I would bet you some of the distilleries in the Northeast probably do it.
Good possibility.
Easier for them to do the maple rather than the honey. I love what they're doing. Again, we talked about it before a couple of episodes ago. I really like how they have revamped the distillery.
Yes.
In the overall experience going in there.
It's a beautiful space now.
Yes.
It's real. They've made really similar to like Bardstown and things like that. Like they've really made it so it's an upscale, and use air quotes on that. It
doesn't look upscale
experience
from the outside. So if you go there, don't judge the book by its cover, because from the outside, it's a historic building.
Right. But the inside, they really made it so that it's an experience.
Yeah, I think overall the facility is incredible.
Yeah.
I think they've done a great job since we went. I guess, was it right before COVID or shortly after COVID?
I want to say right after.
It was like you walk in and there's like the gift shop, and then there was a tasting bar, and that's where the tour started. Like that was kind of
That's it.
And then they sent you down to this one room where there was a bar where you could get a flight. Like that was it. Now
there's restaurants, there's
an experience.
gift shops,
it's a whole experience.
Yeah, it's a much different space. They've done a lot of work down there, and it's really an awesome place to visit.
Again, it doesn't look like from the outside, but just get past the exterior facade.
Exactly, the facade.
And then go inside, because they did a really good job with the renovation. Definitely worth checking out. You're part of the club. I'm going to join tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll definitely have all of the releases as they come out quarterly. And, who knows what's coming up next?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I'm excited to see.
I'm sure there's another honey. I'm sure there's another Blackbriar, because that seemed to be going pretty well. I think that Calvados could be another one that they might redo. The sherry, I think the sherry is a store one. I think that's a full run. Okay. I don't think that's a special distillery only release.
Anxious to see what's coming out next. So again, it's a good bottle. Add water to it, just to balance it out.
Yeah.
It's good, especially if you like sweet.
If you like really sweet bourbons, this is all you. This has you written all over it.
It's another dessert pour for me.
It's a little heavy on the sweetness for what we're used to for most bourbons.
But adding the water did a really good job of balancing it out. Like I think it just enhanced the pour. Well, for right now, we're gonna hit the pause button on the Nelson Greenbrier Distillery till something else
pops up.
So definitely stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed our review of the Maple Cask. Again, good whiskey on the sweeter side. So if you like sweet, this is for you. If you kind of like sweet, definitely add a drop or two of water. Definitely balances it out. Solid. It's a solid after dinner pour.
It's dessert. It's dessert in a glass. No question about that.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, we encourage you to hit that like button on the bottom of the screen. We'd really love the support of the channel.
And if you like this review, you'll link right up here to a playlist of all the Nelson Brothers that we've reviewed.
Yep.
We've got a good chunk of them in, and we're going to continue to do it, because I like what they're doing. They're doing really good stuff, and
love to support local.
Want to support local. That's right.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
See you on the next episode.
Cheers.